What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Smell What Coop Is Cooking. On last week's episode, I took you guys on a special shopping with Coop edition. We got a bunch of fire ingredients from the grocery store based off some of those ingredients. On today's episode, we're going to be hooking up some super fire Chicken Cordon Bleu. Full recipes in the description as always. Let's get it, let's go. Alright, after our store run episode where I took you guys shopping with Coop, the ingredients that we got for today's Chicken Cordon Bleu recipe are panko breadcrumbs, 2 beaten eggs, flour, 2 cups of shredded Gruyere cheese, 2 chicken breasts, 6 slices of ham, got some seasoning over here. We got garlic powder, onion powder, mustard powder, dried oregano, and black pepper. We're also going to be hooking up a delicious creamy cheese sauce for this Chicken Cordon Bleu as well. Full recipes in the description. Let's get it, y'all. First step, let's preheat a pan over medium-high heat. Slap our ham slices inside so we can get a little bit of color on each side. I'm gonna let these sear on each side for about 30 seconds to a minute. And after you've developed some good color on both sides, let's go ahead and take this ham out of the pan and set it aside to rest. Next, let's pull out those chicken breasts. I've got a large Ziploc bag here. I'm gonna put about a tablespoon of olive oil inside, just so my chicken doesn't rip. Go ahead and place the chicken inside as well. Seal that bag up so we don't get chicken splattered all over the kitchen. Let's beat this chicken up with a meat mallet until it's pounded out thin and even. Not only is this going to give our chicken some uniformity to make it easy to stuff, it's also going to be tenderizing those juicy chicken breasts. And once you've beaten those chicken breasts nice and flat, let's go ahead and remove them from the bag, back onto our cutting board, and let's get these bad boys ready to season. Now all I'm gonna do is take my onion powder, add that to my oregano. Next I'm adding my garlic powder, add that to my oregano. Mustard powder's going in next, add that to the oregano. And last but not least, let's hit it with that black pepper, add it to the oregano. Little bit of salt to taste. Now let's grab a fork, stir this up well to combine. And just like that, we have created our chicken seasoning. Let's liberally season each side of these chicken breasts. Now that we got our chicken seasoned up, let's go ahead and add those slices of ham that we cooked up a little bit earlier. Evenly add those into each one of our chicken breasts. Next, let's slap on a cup of the shredded Gruyere cheese on each one. Now let's carefully roll up all this ham and cheesy goodness in our chicken breasts. Tuck in all that cheese. Make sure you get as much of it in these chicken breasts as possible, y'all. And once we have our chicken breasts nice and rolled up, let's go ahead and rip off a few sheets of plastic wrap. Wrap these chicken breasts up tightly. Spin it a few times and make sure we get that chicken wrapped up in there as tight as possible. Take the ends of your plastic wrap, tie them off, and we're gonna whack both of these chicken breasts in the freezer for about 45 minutes, just long enough for them to set. And while you're waiting for these chicken breasts to set, y'all know what to do. Go ahead and slap that like and subscribe button. And after about 45 minutes, let's pull these chicken breasts out of the freezer. They have set up nice and perfectly. It's time to hit them with our dredge. The remainder of the seasoning that we use to season these chicken breasts, I'm gonna go ahead and add that into my flour to make this seasoned flour. Now I'm gonna carefully unwrap my chicken breasts and add them into each one of these dredging stations. First, dipping it into my seasoned flour. Dust off a little bit of that excess flour if you need to. Next, let's go to the second station and dip this in our egg wash until it's well coated. Lightly drip that. Now, last but not least, let's add it to our panko breadcrumbs. Roll that around until you get the entire chicken breast evenly coated in panko. Go ahead and follow that same process for the next chicken breast. Now let's hit the stove. I've got a pan with about 2 to 3 cups of cooking oil preheated over medium-high heat. Now let's add our chicken cordon bleu into that preheated oil. Let these fry for about 4 to 5 minutes on each side, depending on how thick your chicken breasts are. Once finished, we're looking for an internal temp of about 165 degrees. These bad boys are nice and golden brown, gonna be fire. Let's go ahead and remove these from our oil and onto a wire rack to rest. While we got our chicken breasts resting, let's go ahead and make a nice creamy cheese sauce for our cordon bleu. I've got a small pot preheated over medium heat. I'm gonna add in about 3 to 4 tablespoons of butter. Let that melt off in the pan. Next, I'm gonna throw in about 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. Let that fry inside of that butter just until it starts to become a little bit fragrant, which only takes about a minute. Next, let's hit it with about 3 tablespoons of flour. Stir that up until well combined and you've cooked all that raw edge off of the flour. Now let's slowly stir in about 2 cups of milk. Whisk that up until well combined. Let's go ahead and let this simmer for a few minutes just until the milk starts to thicken. Now I'm gonna go in with about a tablespoon or 2 of yellow mustard and 1 tablespoon of dried basil. Mix that up a little bit to combine. Next, I'm gonna go in with about half a cup of white cheddar cheese and half a cup of shredded Gruyere cheese. Add that into our sauce, stir it up until it thickens slightly, and all of that cheese is melted all throughout our sauce. Let's hit it with a little bit of salt and black pepper to taste. And once your sauce is thickened up enough to coat the back of a spoon like so, we are ready to go. Now let's get ready to plate this chicken cordon bleu. Now I'm gonna grab a knife, slice this chicken cordon bleu into medallions. Man, I wish you guys were here right now to see just how juicy this chicken cordon bleu is. Even though we deep fried it, it's kept all of its juicy tenderness inside. Let's go ahead and scoop this up, add it onto our plate. Let's open this up so you can get a cross section of the cheesy goodness inside.
Perfect.
We've got that cooked ham wrapped up inside of that chicken breast. Cheesy shredded Gruyere cheese running all throughout the center. Can't let this go without hitting it with that creamy cheese sauce. A little bit of freshly chopped parsley for garnish. And there you have it, you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you chicken cordon bleu. Let's go ahead and get a scoop for Coop. This week's scoop for Coop is gonna be another big ass bite. Let me go ahead and show you guys the inside of this cheesy goodness. The chicken breast is moist and juicy. That seared ham brings out a nice saltiness in our pork. And stringy Gruyere cheese in every bite. Another fire recipe, y'all. Let me know what you guys think of this one in the comment section. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for your unwavering support. Couldn't do it without y'all. You guys got any special requests? Hit your boy up at smellwhatcoopIscooking@gmail.com. Until then, I gotta go. Bam, there you have it, you guys. Chicken cordon bleu, more like chicken Cordon Bleu. Let me know what you guys think of this one in the comment section. Don't forget to like my ish, share it with friend or foe. You already know. For any special business inquiries,
Investors? Possibly you.
Hit your boy up at smellwhatcoopIscooking@gmail.com, and we'll see the entire family right back here next week for another episode of Smell What Coop Is Cooking.